Hello, Team TFT, and welcome back to another daily market outlook video. Apologies, I've just been away on holidays and had a little bit of a time off recently, but I am back and ready to get back into it with you guys. And we're going to cover the DXY, the Euro USD, and the GBP USD pairs as usual. But firstly, let's jump over here to the economic calendar and have a look and see what we've got coming up for this week. So we are currently at Wednesday, and towards the start slash middle of the New York session today, we have Fed Jerome Powell speaking, which depending on how he the phrasing and the terminology he uses could see a bit of volatility in the Dixie. Thursday we have him speaking again before we then get the CPI news coming out and unemployment claims coming out of the US. We also have GBP GDP month on month coming out at this just before the start of the the London session. And then moving into Friday, we have PPI month on month coming out of the US. So we do have some volatile news coming out for the rest of the week. But obviously sorry, just had a mind blank. We do have news coming out towards the end of the week, which will see a little bit of volatility come to the market. So just be aware of those when you are trading, that they are coming up. So Dixie. So basically we can see here, these are monthly candles at the moment. We can see here we have pretty much just been sitting within this April candle for the last 3 months. We are yet to break above or below. It's just consolidated sideways, which again makes it really tricky to try and trade. So at the moment we have obviously, we are still internal of that April candle, but we are also internal of last month's candle as well. So basically we have targets of the low of this candle and the high of last month's candle, as well as this range that we are stuck in at the moment. So if we start dropping down some time frames, we'll start to see here is that consolidated area from April that we are currently stuck in. Now, as for direction, I mean, we're not really getting much here at the moment. We can see here we had this big push up. We had a bit of bullish imbalance through here, which obviously the market respected and then came back down and broke through. We then had the next candle push up and basically take away any bearish imbalance, which would have created momentum down. So we saw the push down a little bit further, again, not creating any bearish imbalance, which is signs of strong bearish strength. So obviously that ran out of strength. We then consolidated for a couple of weeks and we've since pushed back up. Now with no real resistance within with imbalances on our way up, we have pushed up, come up to the top, sort of towards the top of the range, and are now pushing back down again. So basically what we are looking for here at the moment is, basically something strong that we can look to be starting to set our trades around. So if we see this week start to tank down and leave us some imbalance to play with here, then we could start to look for, if this comes down here, we could start to look for some bearish sentiment over the next week. Failing that, if this pushes back up and takes away any of our bearish imbalance, which would be this line here, if it pushes up, touches that line this week, then we are again not leaving any sort of bearish momentum there for us to be trading from, which would then give us more of an indication that we may be looking at pushing higher and obviously taking out last month's high and pushing towards that overall high there. So that's basically what I'm looking for around this area here from that last June weekly candle. The bottom of it is kind of going to be the determining zone for this week. If we push up and pretty much take away any chance of any bearish imbalance, that would probably incline that there's not as much bearish momentum in the market and we may be looking to go long. But if it does push down from here and leaves that imbalance zone healthy, we could then be looking for, again, if it pushes down, we could then be looking for that retrace to obviously see a lower Dixie. But basically wait and see at the moment. But yeah, that is basically the line that we are looking for at the moment. Okay, we do have a little bit coming down here on the 4-hour, on the daily, sorry. Again, not much in the way of imbalance. We had this big wick here, pushed back up, pulled all the way back down again. There's not a lot there in the way of imbalance. All of these wicks are covering the imbalances. So we're not really giving ourselves much area there on a daily point of view to see us go one way or the other, or at least see a continuation of the bearish structure here. So overall, for me on Dixie, it's kind of just a wait and see. Let's hopefully give the news a little bit of a chance to give us a little bit more information before we start jumping in on any trades. 4-hour here, again, we have the only real imbalance there on the 4-hour is above that invalidation line that we've got written up there. So, that may show something like this for us to start to go long from. But again, really, there's not much there in the way of like a trend slash momentum markers as such. They're just giving us much to trade off here on the Dixie. So for me, just wait for that news this week, see if anything comes from that. Euro. Now, unlike the Dixie, we can see here in the past few months, we have not been restricted to this April candle. We have actually pushed higher each month since. So the May and the June candle both set new highs above that April. So again, although last month did close bearish, we are still setting new highs. So we've had this pull down, we've pushed up, pushed above it, then pushed up above, got knocked back, and now we're looking at pushing higher again. So coming down here on the weekly, we can see here, we are starting to, we've had this candle open here and start pushing higher, and we are yet to see a wick down the bottom, which is obviously quite good considering, we see this big, so we've opened the candle here, closed it here, and then we've opened up with a big gap there, which has then come down and closed before pushing higher. So this shows good momentum moving forward. We've set this low, so we had obviously what seems to be a bit of a correction here, and now we're pushing. So what we would love to see here is I say like a bit of a push higher with this weekly candle, and then a return down to see us go long from essentially what could be this imbalance here, depending on when this weekly candle closes. So long term, this is giving us a little bit more bullish momentum than bearish at the moment. So that's they're good signs there. Coming down here on the daily, daily's a little bit choppy. We do have obviously that imbalance there in the market, which obviously we drew out on that weekly time frame as well. So we do see a little bit of a pullback. Could be definitely looking at some longs from that area. Now down to the 4-hour. 4 hours a little bit choppy, especially these last couple of days worth of data. We see this push up, big doji wick candle, and then basically sideways movement. So would love to see a little bit of movement one way or the other before we start looking for anything really trade wise. But I think that the higher probability trade at the moment is seeing a pullback down to that daily / weekly imbalance area to look for some longs. Okay, over to GU. Now on the GU chart as well, obviously even more bullish again on the than EU and Dixie. So what we have here, obviously we've got this monthly high which is sitting here, and we also have last month's high which is sitting right here. Right here. So we got the last month's high which is sitting right there. So obviously we've had this pull down, we've set that April low, we've then pushed up both June and both May and June, and we've opened and immediately started pushing up towards these highs. So there's two monthly liquidity areas quite close together that the market could realistically be pushing towards in the short term. Coming down to the weekly. Now we can see here on a weekly, we have another weekly wick sitting just above that monthly high that we just marked out. So basically at the moment, we have a huge imbalance area starting to form on the weekly, and we have a weekly liquidity high and a monthly liquidity high, both within close proximity. So what we are looking for at the moment is, are we going to see basically bullish on GU at the moment, waiting for an opportunity to go long. Coming down to the daily. On a daily time frame here, we can see that we have some imbalance here. So ultimately what I would love to see today or over the next couple of days would be a return down into here. And then definitely could be looking long and obviously targeting high, high, and high. So that to me would be a great setup if we get a pull down into that area. That daily imbalance there would be quite good for a long. Down on the 4 hour, not much here on the 4 hour as such. We do have like the littlest bit of imbalance here, but obviously that was bigger. It's already been tapped and pushed up, so it's probably realistically been invalidated. So yeah, for me, obviously we're seeing a 4 hour push up, and we are starting to see that 4 hour trend shift. We've had obviously the push up, and then the next candle, the next bearish candle print, we are starting to push down. So basically today we'd love to see a grinding market coming down into this area, and then looking for possible longs from that daily / weekly imbalance there. But anyway, guys, that's my analysis to start the week off. Obviously, hopefully you've had a profitable times while I've been away. I'm looking forward to get backing into it with you guys. If you have obviously any feedback, any support would be great. Just leave a like or a comment on the videos. I read every one of them. So yeah, I'll catch you again on another Daily Market Outlook video. Thank you. Thanks for watching another Daily Market Outlook video. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like it. Also, guys, we are the largest Tradesmen Forex group tailored to helping hundreds of tradesmen get their time back through trading. If you want access to structured education, 18 live sessions across 7 days a week, mental health and mindset support from a qualified psychologist, and access to multiple different trading strategies from 10 different mentors, then jump over to our website at www.teamtft.co.uk. Please remember, this is not financial advice, and you should not trade based on anything I have said in this video. This is just my own opinion and nothing more. And remember, manage your risk, stick to your plan, and secure those profits. Have a ripper day.